Alright then guys, what is happening? Welcome back to the Adam Donegan YouTube channel. It's been a while guys, it's been a while again. It's been about 3 weeks since I've done a longer form of video. So here we are again. Basically guys, what I want to talk about is a new approach to anxiety recovery. Part of the reason why I haven't actually done a longer video like this for about 3 weeks is just because the anxiety has been pretty bad recently. I'm okay. I'm okay now, of course, and during this time, it has been such an eye-opening time for me, and it's only because I've actually started doing actual research on what anxiety is, the mechanics of anxiety, and to understand that it is our nervous system that is sensitized and needs to desensitize itself. So yeah, basically, guys, I've just got a few notes I've written down. I want to talk about in this video. I want to discuss. I want to sort of share my perspective on things. And yeah, I've actually ordered a book. It's actually came. This book actually came off. It actually came today, half an hour ago. Hope and Help for Your Nerves by Claire Weeks. I believe was she a neuroscientist? I'm not sure. She obviously was in that role of work. Australian doctor. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, guys, basically, my first my first note on a new approach to anxiety recovery is learning to sit and accept anxious feelings and emotions. Accepting your symptoms actually alleviates them. Trying to make it go away, trying to make them go away, or fighting them only makes them worse. Now, guys, this is such a counterintuitive, paradoxical way of looking at anxiety, and not like that you may think. Of course, it isn't like that, but it at first when I was actually learning about it, I was like, this sounds so counterintuitive, because traditionally, most of the time, every time I felt an anxious feeling or just an anxious thought, I'll go out for a run. I would do this. I would do that. I would pick up a book. I would do this. I would do that. Instead of actually sitting with the feelings and the emotions, instead of actually accepting them, and it's actually accepting them and realizing that this is not going to kill me. It's simply just my nervous system kicking off again because it is detecting threats that are not even there, only because my nervous system is sensitized, guys. So yeah, so basically fighting them or trying to resist them in a sort of sophisticated way, actually keeps the anxiety cycle alive. And this is why, yeah, so many people are stuck coping with anxiety, learning to manage symptoms. And this is what I was trying to do for the longest time. I've suffered with anxiety most of my life. And yeah, this is what I've been told. There's sort of two spectrums I've seen on anxiety recovery. And most of the information that I've gathered and learned about is actually traditionally taught in cognitive behavioral therapy. And there is another sort of group of individuals that talk about coping or managing symptoms, which actually works in the short term, but in the long term, you just suffer with anxiety for long term. But you obviously have short term relief. For me, I'm focusing on long term freedom. So, and I believe everybody should as well. So yeah, basically, guys, my second point is learn about and understand the mechanics of anxiety, the nervous system, and what's really happening. So, guys, what I understand about the nervous system is that it's actually our fight or flight mechanism, our response. And so yeah, so basically, just think about an example. You're sort of, obviously you're in. Let me think about it. No, yeah, because this is actually it's pretty cool because my sister actually lived in Canada for a while. A couple of years ago, she lived out there for about 9 months, and she lived near the mountains. I think the Rockies they call them, and she did see bears and stuff. So if you're obviously walking through the Rockies and you see a bear, your fight or flight response is going to kick in. It's going to tell you to obviously fight or flight response. Either you're going to fight or you flight. And I think for most people, if you see a bear, you're going to flight, you're going to run for your life. But for anxiety sufferers, this is what people experience when they're not actually in dangerous situations. This is why anxiety is it's such a killer, really. I mean, it's so exhausting. It takes away, so much energy away from you and enjoyment. Life sort of becomes, a battle of endurance rather than, so life becomes sort of a life of endurance rather than enjoyment. That's what anxiety does to you, and it's sort of having that, having your hand to the throttle and, just like revving it. If you think about a motorbike and you're just revving it all the way down, and you're just burning your gears all the way down. That's sort of what anxiety is like when your nervous system is hypersensitized and your fight or flight response is on, and it's triggering in every situation. And this is how people have panic attacks. Yeah, it's absolutely awful, guys. I mean, imagine the feeling, like, the feeling that you get when you see a bear and the fight or flight response gets kicked in. Obviously, imagine that, but every single day. Some people suffer with that every single day, and they suffer with that in absolutely non-dangerous situations. Even public situations. I've had that. I've had to, even in public situations, social situations. There's been times where I've literally ran out of church just because I was just so anxious, and I was just fighting with myself. I was trying to get rid of these feelings, and it's actually been this week. I went into church and stuff like that. I went into social situations, and I haven't felt any anxiety just because I'm not fighting anxiety anymore. I'm not fighting it. I'm not telling it to go away. What I'm saying to the anxiety is like, hey, like you can stay here as long as you want. Seriously, I mean, I'm not pushing you away. I understand it's simply my nervous system is out of control. It's sensitive, and when you actually sit with the anxiety, when you let the anxiety symptoms wash over you, obviously, it's just like a wave, isn't it? A wave comes in, but it's going to go out as well. And this is actually how you teach your nervous system. This is what I've gathered the information, and I'm open to correction. But this is my understanding of it: is when the anxiety feelings come, the symptoms of derealization, depersonalization, basically symptoms where the anxiety is so great that you actually don't feel real. It is quite that's quite scary. That's quite severe. But physical symptoms, like a dry mouth, brain fog, obviously, a brain fog, difficulty concentrating, cold hands. I've had cold hands as well. Shaky hands. Just different anxiety symptoms. When you actually learn to sit with them and understand that it's simply your nervous system firing off at an inappropriate time, if you literally just sit with the feelings, just accept them the way they are, accept that they are there. Don't try to fight it, or just push it away. I know it's scary, but it's think of it like this: it's uncomfortable but not dangerous. It's uncomfortable but not dangerous. And what we're doing is that this is what they teach in CBT, is that when you actually sit with these feelings and your nervous system is firing off, it's saying, Adam, run, fight, you are in danger. And I basically sit with the feelings. I say, no, I'm fine. I mean, obviously, I feel anxious. I don't feel too good right now, but I'm going to sit with the feelings. I'm going to get comfortable with the anxiety. I'm just going to let it be there. And it actually starts to go away because your nervous system's like, oh, okay, Adam didn't respond in fear that time. He didn't actually respond in panic. So okay, we're not gonna trigger again, or if we do trigger again, it is not going to be as harsh as it was last time. And this is the framework of recovery, guys. And this is something that I needed to learn so much, so much sooner, but this is a first time for everyone, isn't it? Just learning about the mechanics and how it works. So yeah, guys, basically my final note on this, guys, is understand that you are not unique. The reason that you are experiencing strange sensations and symptoms is because your nervous system is hypersensitized. That is it. That is it, guys. That is simply it. You're not damaged. You're not broken. There's nothing inherently wrong with you. You haven't got, because this is quite a dark, this is quite a tough and terrible route some people do go down in regards to health anxiety. And personally, I'm happy that I haven't gone down this route because in regards to doctors and compulsively Google searching my symptoms and stuff like that, so many people struggle with that. And yeah, it's a real killer. That's really a terrible path to go down because Google, it will tell you that you know, you've got all these obviously symptoms, and then it will come up with loads of different disorders that you've got, you know, whether it be PTSD, generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, all these other disorders. And I've learned this tip that actually simplifying anxiety by just simply putting all these physical sensations, all these symptoms under the anxiety umbrella. So, you know, if you've obviously, you know, just think of an umbrella, that's the anxiety umbrella, and put all your symptoms under it, because that, you know, as long as you were checked out by your doctor, that you haven't actually got anything physically wrong with you, um, you know, you know, you don't have to compulsively check and, you know, go to the doctors to, you know, to see if there is actually something wrong with you. Of course, that's easier said than done, because anxiety is a real trickster. It really tricks you, and it really convinces you that there is actually something wrong, but it's just anxiety. Guys, yeah, I've really enjoyed making this video. I'm really glad to be back making longer videos. I've been making obviously short form content and stuff like that. I have been enjoying doing that. But guys, I just want to thank you for the support recently on the channel, and we are on our way, guys, to 1,000 subs, bro. Oh no, 1,000 subscribers. That's gonna be mad. I have got a decent idea for what I want to do for the 1,000 subscriber special. Should be a lot of fun. So, yeah, guys, yeah, that's all I want to say. If you have found this video helpful and informative and insightful in any way, please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And yeah, guys, that's about it. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. God bless you. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.